Hello, in this part we are going to learn about maps in C++. A map is a container from the standard template library that stores data as key value pairs, and each key is unique and it's used to access its associated value. Okay, so to use maps in C++, we include the map header, okay, and we can include it like this. So we use the hashtag include, okay, which is the preprocessor directive. Okay, so we use hashtag include and we want to include the map, okay, like that, the map header like that. Okay, so from there we can now try to use the map, okay, the map right now. Okay, so a map stores data in the form of keys and values, and keys are unique and are automatically stored in sorted order. You can use the key to quickly find the value. Okay, so let's create a map that stores a person's name and age. Okay, so right inside our main function, let us create our map. So we use map like that. So map keyword, and then inside these angle brackets, we are going to define that this one is going to be a map of strings, and okay, our key is going to be a string, and our value is going to be an integer like that. And we are going to set it to be we are going to name it ages like that. Okay, so from there we can try to use our map. So string is the key type. Okay, string is the key type. Int is the value type, and ages is the empty map, is our map. Okay, so we can add elements to a map in different ways. Okay, so let us try to use the angle brackets. Okay, so we can say ages, then angle brackets, then we can create the first one. Our key is going to be our name, which is John, and we can set it to be equals to 25. So this John has the age as a John is having 25 years. Okay, so from there let us add another one. So ages square bracket, then Mary. So Mary equals to 30 years of age. We can add ages, another one. This one, let us name this person Paul, and then let us set it to be equal. Let's set him to be equals to 20 also. Okay, 20. Okay, so the name is the key type, and the number is the value. Okay, is the key. Okay, so the name, our name is the key. The number, which are these ones, the numbers are the values. Okay, and each key must be unique. Okay, so we can access values using their keys. For example, if we want to get 25, okay, which is the age for John, we can try to access this age using the name John. Okay, so we can use console out ages square brackets, let us say John like that, then we save. After saving, we can try to compile using G++. Okay, so from there we can run. As you can see, we get 25. Okay, because John has 25 years of age. Okay, which is the value for this key. Okay, for this John key. Okay, so we can loop through. We can even loop through our maps. So maps do not use indexing, so we loop through them using pairs. Okay, so we can use our for loop. We can use our for each loop in other languages. Okay, so we can say for no controls, we are not going to use this one. We are going to use for. Let us set the compiler to determine the value for this one, the type for this one, using the auto keyword for a pair in our ages. For each pair in our ages, what are we going to do? What are we going to do with that pair? We are going to output. We are going to output our pair dot, okay, our pair dot first, okay, dot first like that. Then from there we can let us format with a slash like that, and we can get the second one. Okay, and then we can use pair dot, as you can see we get the second also. Okay, so we can use first and even the second. Okay, so let us use second, and from there let us end our line like that, our first line. Okay, every output, let us move the cursor to the next line for every output. So from there, after saving, let us try to compile. After compiling, let us try to run. As you can see, we get Mary. Mary is 30 years 30 years old. As you can see, we have Paul. Paul is 20, and we have John. John is 25. Okay. So as you can see, so this is our output, and if we run it another time, as you can see, we get this output. Okay. So pair.first is the key here. Pair.first is the key, and pair.second is the value. Okay, and elements are printed in sorted key order. Okay, so as you can see, okay, they are printed in they are sorted. Okay, they are printed in sorted key order. Okay, so let us now take a look at how we can check if a key exists. Okay, so we can do that using the find function. Okay, so let us delete this one. We can use, let us try to use our if statement. So if ages dot find, let us find John. Let us find John like that. Okay, if not equals to ages dot end, like that. I'm going to explain what I'm doing. Age, then inside we are going to output John exists. Okay, like that. We add a semicolon, we try to save. Okay, so but before we run, let me explain what we are doing here. So the find function on edges searches for a key. Okay, it searches for this key that we have provided. Okay, and if found, it returns an iterator before the end. Okay, before this end. Okay, we shall talk about iterators. Okay, in future parts. Okay, so here we can let us try to see if John exists. So let us try to compile. After compiling, let us run. As you can see, we get John exists. Okay, but what if John doesn't exist? Let us change John to John. Okay, John like that. John. We'll try to compile. After compiling, we try to run. As you can see, we have not executed this line because John does not exist. Okay, so we don't execute this line. Okay, so we can also remove elements using the erase function. Okay, so for example, let us return to John like that, and let us try to remove John, and then we check if John exists. Okay, so right now, if we try to save, and then we try to compile, and we run. After compiling, we run. As you can see, John exists. Okay, but let us try to erase John. Okay, so let us use edges dot erase, like that. We have that function erase, and then inside let us provide John. Let us erase John, and from there we can check if John exists. So if we try to save, and then we try to compile. After compiling, we try to run. As you can see, we have not run. Yeah, we have not run this. We have not executed this line because John does not exist. So let us use else. Else we want to output cout John does not exist, like that. Okay. We try to save. We try to compile. After compiling, we try to run. As you can see, John does not exist because we have erased John. Okay, so okay, that's what we get. So when should we use maps? Okay, so you should use maps when you want to store data in key value pairs, and also when keys must be unique. Okay, and because searching through maps is fast, you should also use maps when you want fast searching by key. Okay, so in summary, a map stores unique keys with their values in C++. And here we have learned how to insert data, access values, loop through maps, and remove elements. Okay, so you should know that maps are extremely useful for organizing and searching data. So if you enjoyed this part, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next part. Thank you.